Well, great. Thanks, John. First of all, we are really excited about this announcement because we believe Viva Sales is the future of work for salespeople. It's the first sales engagement solution that brings together on one screen everything a salesperson needs to be successful in engaging with a customer, from a 360-degree view of the client to next best action to next best offer, even objection handling, as well as sentiment analysis to coach the entire experience, all integrated into one frame in how our salespeople integrate with salespeople engage with their customers. You can think of this as Microsoft 365 and Teams connected to any CRM system in an interactive way, including Salesforce.com.
So yeah, when I saw sort of the demo of it, I understood this isn't like a completely separate product that you're double clicking on, it opens up and you're in the separate interface. It integrates with what you got, but it seems to me like strategically, if you're the main interface, user interface for the worker, for the sales worker, for the sales team, then the loyalty to you is likely to be as high or higher than maybe their likelihood to Salesforce or others. Maybe you saw more dynamics. I mean, is that part of the broader strategy here?
Look, our strategy here is actually to deliver value to the client, right? And if you think about what we're going through right now and really everything we've talked about on your program so far this morning on the uncertainty in the market, the one thing that is certain is that innovation is the pathway to navigating these times right now and doing so pretty intentionally on the areas where our customers are feeling pain points. If you think about it, the idea of balancing this notion of employee productivity as well as employee satisfaction is top of mind for every C-suite leader, and every organization has a sales team that they need to actually make more productive and more effective in their work. What this solution does is it brings together every piece of information you might need to engage with a customer interactively inside of Teams, because these days we're all talking to customers directly through Teams. And today, if you think of it, if you put yourselves into the shoes of someone who's trying to interact with a customer these days, right now there's a flood of information they have to manage. Right. They're connected in their voice and video chat. There's streams of information coming online. There's their CRM system. There's their notes. What we do with Viva Sales is we bring that all together in one canvas with the backbone of AI shaping the next best action and the next best suggestion out to the customer, and have bidirectional read-write back into the CRM system so salespeople don't have to spend their time with the overhead of interacting with CRM solutions and actually can spend their time interacting with their customers.
And in hybrid work environments where the teams aren't physically together, I guess having that common set of data probably more important. What are customers and potential customers telling you about the problems they need software to solve in the sales process right now? Is it that they're having to do more with the same number of people, fewer people? Is that what you're trying to solve with this product?
Yeah, spot on. Look, there's a talent shortage everywhere. We've been talking all morning about the employment rates and how they're at record lows. And so you have to make sure that you have an attractive work environment for salespeople. The reality of the situation, though, is that salespeople spend about 2/3 of their time either preparing for interaction with their customers or doing some sort of post-mortem interaction and reporting back to their upper management. What Viva Sales does is it makes all of that completely transparent to how they interact with their customers. All of the information they need to interact with their customers is available right through Teams. There's deep integration with Microsoft 365 and Outlook for all of their follow-up emails. The whole system, again, learns and provides sentiment analysis to coach back on how sellers can better engage with their clients and actually can track where things maybe went well as a part of the sales call, as well as, frankly, where things need to improve so they can get better in their next interaction. And then again, on the postmortem, on the backside of it, it all writes back into the CRM system of record, and we do this with any CRM system, including Salesforce, so that salespeople can be more productive, and that so our customers looking to hire great salespeople in market can provide a better experience for people in this day of navigating hybrid work.
Right. Hey, Judson, it's Deirdre. Quick last one from me. This is a really broad one on enterprise software. You have a very good view of what customers are wanting in the current moment. What kind of software do customers get rid of first in an economic slowdown? What can be
It's a great question, Deirdre. So what we're seeing right now is customers continuing to need to innovate and need to use technology to solve critical problems like the future of work, like supply chain, like sustainability, of course, all having a backbone around cyber. But customers need to choose wisely because these days this notion of best of breed is quite frankly a luxury that most customers aren't going to be able to afford. So being able to standardize, frankly, is the path forward. And we see Microsoft is in a pretty strong position to help our customers navigate this because we do, in fact, have the most comprehensive and trusted cloud in the industry.
Definitely in position to get that share of wallet and standardize. Judson, Chief Commercial Officer at Microsoft, thank you.
Thanks, John.